Today I had a meeting with a large number of the students who came here from other countries, and I just let them ask questions. And one of the students said, suppose you got one of those magic lamps and a genie came out and offered you 3 wishes for the whole world, what would your wishes be? And I basically said in a more long-winded way that I would wish for everyone to have an opportunity to have the education, health, and employment that would reduce inequality in the world. I don't think you can have a good society with the level of inequality we have. I would like it if we had a kind of economy that would require radically changing the way we produce and consume energy, so we would not only avoid the worst consequences of climate change, but we'd have long-term sustainable economic growth. And I wish people would, my third wish was that we should concentrate more on the 99.5% of our genetic makeup that's the same as everybody else, and less on the 0.5% that's different. And so, but it's the same thing. And I know we're out of time, but for some reason, and I don't want to embarrass either one of you, but I'm known nowhere near the poverty you've grown up in. But it's a relative thing in terms of what it does to your mind. When I was a boy, growing up in Arkansas at the end of World War II, our income was just a little over 1/2 the national average. So people tended to look down on us and thought we were stupid. Well, I knew better than that. I knew that the truth is we had no education, we had no opportunities. And that was back before there was the impact of the GI Bill in America. And you could go to a gas station to get gas, and the local mechanic might have a higher IQ than the physician. Life chances were a crapshoot. You want to even them out. And I think one of the biggest problems we have in the world today is that too many of us have accepted the way things are, that the way we use and consume energy is inevitable. It's just too easy. So it's too bad there's a lot of poor people. I'll give a higher percentage of my money away instead of how can I invest it to empower them. And one of the places we work in Africa with the AIDS work and agriculture work in the rural areas, when people see each other and one says hello, the answer is not hello, how are you? The answer is I see you. In English, I see you. You think about all the people in the world today who are never seen. Why are you so moved by him? Well, he's impressive. He got out of this horrible slum. He's at Wesleyan. He gives a good speech. He's charismatic. But, oh my God, he still cares about all those people he left behind. And he knows that a bunch of them could do what he's done if they just had the same set of chances. He sees them. I think one of the reasons Sean stayed in Haiti is he saw them. They're amazing. They've been treated like a basket case and abused and neglected or patronized for over 200 years. Second time I went down there after the earthquake. Any of you have ever been to Port-au-Prince know you land at the airport and you drive down this street which is wrecked and now covered with tents. And there are, on the good days, you come to a place where there are these little wrought iron fences and they're all covered with Haitian art on both sides of the street. And then on one side of the street there's a little park. And the time I was there the last time before the earthquake, there were 100, give or take, artists in the park. It's like the national pastime, the woodwork, the painting, the metalwork. So the second time I went down there, everything was still terrible. But there were about 8 brave souls who had gamely put their art up, even though hardly any planes were landing except to bring humanitarians in. So I stopped my motorcade. I said, I want everybody to get out, everybody buy a picture, and nobody bargain with them about the prices today. Pay whatever they ask. So I went and bought 3 little pictures, and I was leaving. And this guy screamed at me, you can't leave without buying something from me. You bought something from me in 2002, which is true. I was down there when Aristide was in his second term, and we were starting our AIDS work in Haiti. So I went over, and he showed me a little picture he had. And we started talking, and I said to this guy, who had a smile on his face, I said, God, I admire you for being here. And he said, oh, you shouldn't admire me. He said, I lost my wife and children in the earthquake. I have nothing else to do. And he said, but we're all a family here. Everyone knows everyone else's story. And the only way I can honor my wife and children is to show up here, because they know if I can do it, then they have to have the courage to come back too. All over the world, there are people like that. The reason you like them is they see those people. And if you do, and enough people do, and you just do what you can, it doesn't matter if you're a famous movie star, and it doesn't matter if you happen to live in where you're trying to help, you can make a difference. We didn't know a single solitary one of those kids that changed the course of Egypt or Tunisia, except for we have one Tunisian student here, I know, native. So I ask you, just think about that. Don't patronize people, see them, and think of yourself as working yourselves out of a job. All most people want is to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and make their own decisions about their lives and their dreams. And I'm very grateful that there are people like Kennedy and Sean who are helping. Thank you very much.